Zen artists, welcome back into our channel. I am the artist Theodora and I specialize in figure painting, and I am painting with ZenART Supplies. And in today's video I'll be showing you how to paint 3 tropical leaves in 3 different ways. One using gouache, one using watercolor, and one using gouache and acrylic. I hope you enjoy. First, let's talk about finding references and inspiration. There is a site that I've mentioned before, and it's called unsplash.com, and it provides royalty-free images that you can use for your artworks as you like without consequences. It has a wide variety of nature and plant images if painting landscapes is your thing. And there is always Pinterest, but you should be careful using images from here for reference because of the copyright, so it is great just to draw inspiration. It is hard to find the subject to paint, but once you find something that inspires you, just know it. Now that we've gathered inspo, here is what we're going to need. Acrylic paints, mostly some sap green, pale olive and deep turquoise. Your favorite watercolor paints, gouache, a mixing palette, your ZenART brushes, black tulip set and miniature set, a jar of water, tape for stretching, watercolor paper, mine is cold press, our good mood, and let's start. I'm starting painting with gouache. It's called Fun Palm and it's the middle one in the reference. I have started by mixing some sap green with ochre. I pay close attention to the direction of the spiky leaves because it has this fan-like effect. I'm painting directly on paper, but you can have a light sketch underneath, it won't show. If you are not sure, I'm using a small brush, number 2 round brush from the miniature set, and it's very handy. In the middle it has this oval shape, so I make it a bit fuller. I am mixing some black with my green, and I have switched to number 1 angled brush, and I am just drawing some straight darker lines. Drawing straight lines might take a bit of practice, but you shouldn't worry, just be confident and determined, and if you are unsure, your lines most likely will be wavy. Now mixing some yellow with my green for the highlights. I have noticed it has more light in the middle. The more attention you pay to your reference, the more detailed your work should be, but that also depends on your style. I have mixed some white with my yellow, and I'm adding even more highlights in the middle and towards the bottom of the left side. But be careful not to overdo it with the highlights. And now with my angled brush, I'm just adding a few dark shadows towards the bottom of the spiky leaves. Now I'm just correcting the oval shape towards the middle, just making it a bit fuller and even on both sides. And now for finishing touches, I've taken some pure white and I'm just adding a few more highlights towards the middle and the bottom. Now I'm preparing my palette for the next leaf that is going to be with a watercolor. I'm going to use some green, olive green and some deep turquoise and ochre tones for this drawing. I'm not going to paint from a reference. This drawing is not going to be as realistic. It is going to be colorful and fun. I'm starting with number 2 brush from the miniature set, and I am just drawing a few lines at the top with this light green, and the further down we go, the larger the leaves are going to be. Now I'm going to switch to a smaller brush, number 2 filbert, and now I'm just painting with a dark turquoise color. You can use any colors you like. Since this drawing is not meant to be realistic, I think anyone could do it, and it's gonna look really beautiful and fun. All you need is this brush and a stable hand. And as you can see, the closer we get to the base, the larger and wider the leaves are going to be. It is a palm tree leaf. Did you know that palm trees are a symbol of eternal life according to Assyrians? I think that palm trees are really exotic and beautiful, and actually we have so many here in Greece. Do you have many palm trees where you live? I think this leaf already looks so colorful and beautiful. And as I'm getting closer to the bottom, I'm just adding darker colors. And now with my number 2 filbert brush, I'm just adding some light green strikes all over my palm leaf, just to make the color transition a bit smoother. And this palm leaf is mostly done, and soon will be next to my favorite, that is the bed of paradise plant. For this one I'm going to paint with acrylics and gouache, and it's a technique that you might not be entirely familiar with. First I'm starting with just a light sketch of the body of the plant and a leaf that is going to be behind it, just to make sure where it is going to be. It's pretty basic, you know, it's not a detailed drawing. I have used a hard pencil 5H because softer pencils can create smudges. I took the number 8 full square flat brush from the black tillet set from ZenART, and I am starting by painting the leaf with acrylic, mixing the sap green with the light olive. Gouache and acrylic are both water based and dry quickly. Gouache is more matte and opaque, whereas acrylics are glossy and can be transparent sometimes. Mixing gouache with acrylic can make gouache waterproof, because as you might already know, if you add water to dry gouache paint, it just reactivates it, and that can be an issue for some. Now I'm just painting the body of the plant with a wash of deep turquoise acrylic with number 2 round brush from the miniature set. And now with some gouache paint in this beautiful magenta color, I'm just painting the petals it has. I am painting with number 10 round full score brush from the black tulip set, and it allows me to paint both wide and very small lines. And now I'm just adding a little bit of yellow at the base of the petals. And I'm just mixing this beautiful magenta with some white, just to add a few highlights on the petal. Now I'm just adding a little bit of orange highlights at the petals with number 2 filbert brush from the miniature set, because I want to make my lines extra light and fine. And now with some blue added to my magenta, I've made this purple, and I am just adding a few lines for contrast and shadows. And under the petals it has like this really light spot, and I have made this light pink, and it also has this white highlights at the bottom. And with some pure white I'm also adding a few strikes for extra highlights at the petals. And with my number 2 brush from the miniature set, I'm just adding a few strikes of yellow towards the base of the petals. And now I'm just going to proceed with the leaf at the back. But first, as I'm waiting for the leaf to dry, I'm just gonna add a few more highlights because I felt like it needs them. Highlights are pretty important because I feel like they bring the artwork to life, but you should always have in mind that you shouldn't overdo it. With the flat brush from the miniature set, I'm just painting diagonally with some sap green. And now with some dark green, I'm just adding the veins at the leaf at the back. And I feel like the spot and the petals just needed a little more highlight. I'm a perfectionist, what can I say? And that is our finished result. I hope you like it. So that was what we painted today. I hope you have enjoyed watching. If you want to see more videos where I paint plants, there is one on our channel where I paint succulent in pots. And as always, don't forget to share, like and subscribe. Until next time, I hope you're all well. Bye.